Brad is next in Boise, Idaho. Welcome to the EntreLeadership Podcast, Brad.
Thank you so much, Dave, for having me. I just want to say thank you very much. You helped me and my wife become completely debt-free, which took a lot of stress off of me and my family owning this small business. So thank you so much.
I'm proud of you. Good job. How much debt did you pay off?
Well, our house and everything, over $500,000.
Baby step 7. Look at you.
Heck yeah.
Way to go, man. What kind of business have you got?
We own a small mobile urgent care. So I'm a nurse practitioner. My wife is a nurse, and we have 4 employees. I recently expanded, and I no longer work 6 days a week, but we have a lot of volume that kind of ebbs and flows throughout the year. So I'm just wanting to know, what is the best place I can spend my advertising dollars to get the best return on investment? I currently have a lady that does like Instagram and Facebook marketing. We have a great word of mouth network in my area, but I've paid a lot of stupid taxes over the years of doing different marketing tactics that didn't work. And I was wondering what your thoughts were to help keep our volume high.
Mobile urgent care.
Yep. So I see people who are sick or injured. So it could be the flu, it could be a cut, and we have a nurse practitioner that goes to their home.
So it's doc on a call, like old-fashioned days when the doc used to come to your house.
Yep, like Little House on the Prairie style.
Yeah. Marcus Welby, MD. You're not old enough. Okay. Wow. And so it's not like you don't have like a Winnebago that's set up as a little rolling hospital. You just roll up to the house with your bag.
Yeah, I actually have one van, so I'm in it right now. It's a little mobile clinic, but most of our visits, like 90% or higher, is done in people's homes.
Okay. And this is all nurses?
Nurse practitioners, so we can prescribe and diagnose and refer.
Okay.
But we see like kids with earaches or a strep throat or, laceration or something like that.
Stitches? Staples?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay. Wow.
I say, don't call me if you're having a heart attack or a bone sticking out.
Okay. Can't help you with that. You need an ambulance. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
But other than that, we can come over and, wow, this is a cool. My doc is a concierge doc. And so it's the same thing if I want it to be. If I need him to come by the office, he will, or I need him to come by the house, he will, or I can go to his office. Any of those are fair, but fair game. And it's part of the concierge package, so to speak. Because of my schedule, I have to be able to get to somebody when I need them, right?
Right. We're a little bit different.
Knock on wood, I'm not sick very often. But anyway, so this is a great business model. So your customers are upper middle class and beyond, not lower middle class and lower class.
Actually, no. Since we take, every insurance company in Idaho, including Medicaid and TRICARE, so we actually see a lot of lower and middle class people, and there's no extra charge for us to go there. So our volume does not dependent on their income.
Okay, so if we were to graph your customers by demographic, maybe even location, and we looked at the middle fat part of the graph, the bell curve, right?
Yep.
Give me at the tip of that, tell me what the persona looks like of your typical customer that is your sweet spot.
It's a woman who has kids that live in the home between the ages of like 25 and 45 that live in the suburbs.
You are ready to do marketing. You know your target. Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you. I know my target, but
very well
I
done.
don't know how to reach them all the time in all the places.
Yeah. So, look, the way we do that at Ramsey is we figure out who that target is. We give them a persona like that, and then we back into it, meaning we find some of them and we ask them, where do you find out about stuff like this? And they go, well, I get everything from Instagram influencers. Okay, then I got to get Instagram influencers. Or I get everything from Amazon. Or I get everything from Google. I searched it on Google, and there you were. Well, you're going to be buying AdWords on Google, right? Which is a pain in the butt, and you get owned by those people. I'm not recommending that. But anyway, yeah, but I mean, we spend millions of dollars here with Facebook live ads and Google word search spots because it hits some of our demographics and some of our personas right square between the eyes. And so we're buying those leads in a very real sense. But it's kind of like, where would you buy advertising? You buy advertising in the place that 35-year-old women with 3 kids watch or listen. What TV shows do they watch? What in the old days, that's what you do. Now that we don't know, that's what we're looking for, is where are they getting their leads on how to fix their life? Where are they learning about hair care products? Where are they learning about what gym to go to and work out? Where are they learning about the vacations that they want to take? Where do they read? What do they listen to? And that's where you want to be. And so, if there's a true crime podcast, and that's what they all listen to, then let's put an ad on the true crime podcast, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we would back into it by interviewing existing clients and going, okay, where would we find people like you? What are some of your habits, your media consumption habits, your social media consumption habits? So your Instagram lady may or may not know how to do that, but there's plenty of ways you can geo-target tons of stuff on Facebook and Google, meaning zip code right there in Boise, and it doesn't go over the entire universe, because you don't really need a call from Czechoslovakia. Okay?
Exactly.
So we need people in Boise. And so you can geo-target with that by zip code and start trying to, and then you don't pay as much for your Google AdWords if you're going to go into that, by the way. So somebody that knows SEO really well, but I don't want them just throwing, I once was on the internet and I like Instagram. No, that doesn't make you an Instagram expert, okay? Or TikTok, or the different mediums require different approaches, and you need to know if your gang is hanging out there. For instance, we broadcast the Ramsey Show on terrestrial mainstream radio. The typical listener to talk radio is a 52-year-old white male. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The same show goes over a podcast, and our typical listener on the podcast is a 34-year-old technology that's married with 2 kids, makes $130,000. Listening to the same show, but in a different place.
Yep.
If you go to our YouTube numbers, they're baby children. They're 23, 19. If I'm looking for 52-year-olds, I don't go to YouTube. Okay? They're not there. You see what I'm after? And this is the kind of thing we know about those particular mediums, particularly in the genre that we're in, the leadership genre, the make your life better with money and mental wellness genre, the places that Ramsey exists in. So we're aiming at that. So that's how you need to back up and think about this and go, okay, we know who the target persona is. And listen, I'll just guarantee you it's not. It might be a country music station. It's not a talk radio station. You're not going to find that 34-year-old lady with 4 kids listening to talk radio on the AMer. And I got a great AM station in Boise. I love Boise. But that's not their normal persona of their listenership. That's not where she is. Okay? Now, what type of music does she listen to? R&B? Maybe you're on the rap station. I don't know. Again, what neighborhood does she live in? What is the racial diversity of the persona? And where am I going to pick those folk up? But 63-year-old white guys aren't tuned into R&B.
Right.
By and large. Okay? You might get them on the country station. But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Are there places you spent your advertising dollars that did absolutely nothing that I should avoid?
Ones where the persona wasn't.
Got it.
Or something that sounds like it's a great deal, and the reason it's a great deal is there's nobody on the other end of the signal. Like I had a little radio station in this podunk little town about 30 minutes from here when I first started years ago that wanted us to buy time, which we hardly ever have done that in our life, but I got sucked into it because I thought it was cheap. And so for $100, I could have like 200 ads on this station. That was 20 years ago. I'm still waiting on the first phone call. None of them. But you know, there was nobody listened. You couldn't hear the signal if you got out of their parking lot. There's a reason it was 200 ads for $100, 50 cents an ad. Oh my God, you know? And so obviously there was nobody on the other end. So that's how I've wasted money. And I've wasted money by just going, oh, a lot of people do this, and throw it up there on the Weather Channel or some stupid butt thing like that. Everybody watches the Weather Channel. No, they actually don't. You know? Certain demographics look at the Weather Channel or on a weather app. Other people, old people, actually watch the Weather Channel, which really means you don't have a life. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've wasted it that way where I missed. That's why I was asking about your persona, because that's where we messed up. We did not clearly know who our customer was or that they were at the other end of our marketing attempt. And so we need to aim our marketing attempt in a location or in a dial position or in a format or in a type of social media, TikTok, you know, it's super young demographic. Again, you're not going to find old people. You want 56-year-old grandmothers sharing their grandchildren's pictures? Facebook. They're there. Number one user of Facebook, 56-year-old females with their grandkids' pictures. Because they're the only ones not aware of what Facebook is. And so there you go. But yeah, it's just, But again, you're not going to find, if you want 24-year-olds, you're not going to find them on Facebook. They don't think Facebook's cool. They're on Instagram, and they don't even know Instagram's owned by Facebook, but there you go. So that's what's going on. So you have to be very precise and say, where do these people exist? Where do I find them? And a good way to do that is ask existing customers where they hang out. Where could I find you? Out of the types of social media, which one do you choose? Out of the types of television stations, radio stations, which do you choose? What formats do you listen to? What times of day? Oh, I never miss the traffic report. Okay, then I'm always going to be in the traffic report if I find that a bunch of times. So that's the kind of thing we're into. That's what we're looking for. Very, very good question. Brad, you're a genius. I love your business idea. It is. You're going to make so stinking much money, and you're going to help so many people. The number one business ideas right now are the ones going after, I thought it was higher income, going after higher income people, doing things for them they no longer want to do for themselves. And let me just tell you, going and sitting in a office for a doctor, nobody wants to do that. You're a genius, man.